Hi friends, welcome. What if I ask you to store the customer's phone number or your own phone number in a variable, and that will be a string or a integer variable, so you can decide on that. Same way, if I ask you to store the zip code or a pin code of a customer, so you will store it as a integer variable or as a string. Obviously, if it is a customer name, then it will be a string. But all this phone number, zip code, should it be a number? Is it an integer? Now that depends on what we are going to use it and how we are going to use this. So based on our uses, we will be storing the data types. Now that puts us in another question: how to know what are the data types used? So we'll learn all about this. Visit this URL. This URL is there in the description below, so you can read all the details what we are going to discuss here. List of Python data types and how you will interchange, and watch these videos also about types, and you can get all details here. Scroll down here, you will get a link to GitHub, and again you can click that and move to Collab also. So it will open in the GitHub the entire source code what you are going to check it or test it, everything you will get it here. Download it into your system and see here, open in Collab. So once you click that, you will get it, go to the Collab platform. But before that, you must log into your Google account. So open in your Collab and try to run all the codes, sample codes. You can modify it and use it for your learning. Here I am in my Collab platform. So in one tab it is there, and in the another tab the blog post is there. So I can copy the code from here. So let me just in my Collab platform, I am just declaring a my var. So Collab is a Google's free cloud platform for your Python learning. Earlier we have discussed all about this. So here I am just connected here. Already my RAM and disk space are allotted. So my var is the variable I am using. So now let's me assign it to 50. So now what I will do is print. Instead of printing the variable, I am saying what type of variable it is, my var. So now this will print me the type of variable. It says class is integer. No, what's this? It is the integer type variable. Now saying 50, instead of 50, I will say ABC. Now same variable I can reassign also my ABC. Now what it will say, it is a string, so it is telling str here. So this is a different. Now let me just come back to again to my 50 what I have written earlier, but I have written the single quotes. Now this time this is also a string variable because I have used the code. If I remove the quotes here, I am removing this and removing this side. So now this is, if I run this, this will become a integer type. So see, this is the dynamically the variable, same variable I am using it as an integer, I am using it as string. That's the beauty of Python. It's more flexible, but same thing you may not, it's not allowed in many other languages, particularly C, if I am saying that. So there it, you, if you are declared it, you have to maintain that way only, one way. Now what are the other types? We will see that. Now let us try few more. So instead of 50, I will just 50 point decimal I have added 50.34. Now what type it is now? Is now it is a float. 50 plus 5j. Now this is another data type. Let's see, it's saying it's a complex. So complex number, if you have in our math we have studied this, so this is a complex. Now is it that these are the types only? No, in a Python you have different types of data types, and you can create even your own. We'll learn more about when you go for the classes and all. Here you can see that in our blog post, the print type 3.4 5.9j complex, and below that we have list, tuple, set, dictionary, all the things are there. So you can, these are also data types. It will print it. If I'm using a dictionary, it will tell that. But if you are facing any confusion of what's a list, tuple, what's a dictionary, Just wait, we'll further study those things if you are not aware. Basically right now we'll be using these numbers, strings and all. So that is what none is a data type also when you are yet to assign any value. So it can be a none type also. Now that also you can see a range is also another, many such things you can read it here. One data type to another we can convert it, that also we'll see that. Now let me just do it, that every time a conversion is possible. No, it's not possible. So here, if I want to convert it into a my var, see now my var is a complex. Now I, by using int, I can convert it. Is it possible? Let's just see. So I am doing it. Then after that also I will print the, or sorry, must be a string byte. So it's not allowing me. Sorry, it has executed, but it has not allowed me to change it. Now what I can do is, let me just put it as a string 50. Now it is a string. Now this I am converting into a integer. So it is allowed. It is an integer because now the value is 50 as a integer. Now let's answer our very basic questions. All these variables, okay, you can do that. What is your phone number or a customer name? How you will store it? Is it an integer? No, you should not store a phone number as an integer. Why? The reason is you are never going to do any mathematical calculation over a phone number. Say it's a 10-digit number. Now let me my var, let me just put it here, my phone number equal to, now say I starts with 8, then I am putting 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So it's a 10-digit. It appears to be that this is an integer. No, let's just, okay, fine, it will hold it. Now print type, now my phone number. What it will say? It will definitely say it's a integer. But when you store it like this, you will face a issue. Suppose I want to add a country code to this. So 01 I want to prefix with this. So I will be adding up. Sorry, it executed. Now I don't want this. I will just press simple enter, not shift enter. Now country code equal to, now I will put it as 01. See, left side 0 means it has no meaning as a number. Okay, let me just put it. Now I will print country code plus my phone number. Okay, now what it will print now? Let us just run this. There is no error message. So country code equal to 01, first 0 decimal integer. Now what I will do is, because it's not accepting, I will make it a string. Now again the issue of adding a string to a number will come. So this is, I want to return it as 0, or if I am country code 91, I am adding 91, then it can take it. It must take it. Now let me just use this and add it. Now what has happened? This became a you just see this last two digits because this became a mathematical addition. So that is what we don't want, because 91 we don't want to add it to this. We want to prefix this. So what we will do is we'll store this as a string. Now I am adding single quotes to here, and to country code also I just don't want, like, sorry, not equal to, it is fine. Now what happens? I can say that this will be not adding it numerically. So 9189, even if I want plus here also, I will put a dash here, plus, now dash. So now this became a complete phone number. Now because this phone number is to be used as a string. Same thing happens to a zip code or a pin code also, because we are not going to use this as a for any numerical calculation. We may pick up, because all the pin codes starting with first 2 digit or 3 digits, that string comparison we can do. We'll learn all about that. But note that these data types have to be used as a string only. So based on the requirement in the future, say age of a customer. Now that cannot be a string. Reason is, even if today the customer age is 40, after 5 years, say you want to add, based on the time lapses, you want to add digit 5 or a number for 4, anything to the customer, because with the based on time you want to increase the age. So there you should not use it as a string, there you have to use it as a number. So if your current age is 40, now add a 5 to it and make it 45. So here is a mathematical. Or you want to display all the customers who are going to less than 50 years of age. That way also you can filter it out. So that is how the reason why you have to carefully select the data types. Now we have already seen this. One more example we'll take it. Now let's say status, account status equal to, let's say, true, because it's a boolean type. It can take two values, true or false. So now print, sorry, account status. Now here it will say the account status is boolean variable, because it can store true or false. Here you have to carefully select. Suppose the customer, you are creating a customer database. Now here, what is the account status? Now you cannot use a string there, because many of the time if it is true, do that. So it's a boolean, it cannot have many things other than these true values. Say a exam result, you want it to be a pass or fail. There is no third question. It's a grade, then it will have a B, C, D and all. But exam status can be a true or false. So let us just change it false also. Note that here first character is uppercase, because that is different here again. Here it is boolean. So true or false only it can take. If I take it something else, then it will become a string. So you have to carefully examine that. Now come back to our blog post again. Here you at the end you will see all the different, the product or stock quantity, what it should be, integer type, then a vehicle registration number, what it should be a string. Above that you can see postal pin code should be a string, it should not be a number. Similarly, phone number should be a string. So you can study all this. That's all, friends. Hope you have enjoyed and have a good learning experience. So knowing about all about the variables. So if you have any doubt, idea, suggestion, questions, use the comment section below to post it. And my request is, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we add tutorial, and we are frequently adding that also. Please share this with your friends, and thank you for watching.